Big news has now arrived on Gunners. You want to know all the details, so follow me until the end of the video. But first, if you are in love with Arsenal, show your love and subscribe to THE channel now and turn on notifications. Here we post daily news and behind the scenes of the biggest club in THE Premier League, Arsenal. Thank you. The unthinkable transfer of Arsenal leads to Kai Havertz swap as Mikel Arteta plans cup domination. Arsenal's potential summer transfer for Alexander Isak could prompt a rethink of Mikel Arteta's attacking options, with significant changes looming in the transfer window. Kai Havertz's form has sparked a sort of re-evaluation at Arsenal as decisions about the club's summer plans shift into a different gear. Many viewed the striker position as a priority, but the German's impressive performances have somewhat altered that view. Several key positions, such as central midfield and the flanks, still require an upgrade and reinforcement. Plans have been in motion at the club for some time, with sporting director Edu even suggesting that the striker role is not necessarily a given. "Well, I understand what the fans are asking for, a striker, but we already have our objectives," Edu told TNT Sport in February. "We plan long before what we're going to face, and I'll be concerned if we're not scoring many goals and not creating chances, which is the opposite because we're creating a lot and scoring many goals. The plan is to try to improve every year, and I think we're in a good moment. Let's see if we can keep improving." That said, there are several forwards who could still persuade Arsenal to make the move. One such player is Alexander Isak from Newcastle, who scored his 20th goal of the championship season in 27 games, with the chance to reach 30 appearances in the Premier League this campaign, alleviating concerns about any lingering injury issues. Isak's departure from Newcastle may be unthinkable for fans who vehemently reject claims that the club needs to sell. However, what Isak brings is more than just goals and an intermediate upgrade. Havertz's fantastic form doesn't necessarily need to be disrupted by a signing like Isak, as the Swede also has the ability to play in the box. Some may argue that Arsenal's need is more on the right flank, but it's worth noting that Gabriel Jesus also provides depth there. Mikel Arteta has even brought Gabriel Martinelli off the bench to the right side in a sort of experiment. Isak offers the pace that is sometimes lacking and the potential to re-establish the connection with former Real Sociedad teammate Martin Odegaard. Even if Isak replaces Havertz, the chance to have a stronger squad to help dominate multiple competitions is something the club craves. Cup exits have come too early, despite challenging draws in the FA Cup in particular. A signing of this caliber, coupled with existing quality options, would certainly help remedy this situation. The Arsenal title defeat gives Mikel Arteta's new deal a greater purpose amidst Champions League demands. Mikel Arteta faces a tougher challenge with a new contract at Arsenal, should the current Premier League title race end in failure. I know this is probably the last thing you'd want to think about, and rightfully so. Optimism should be running high in the hope that Manchester City forgets their old habits and somehow drops points in the next 3 games, but the harsh reality is that it won't happen. Therefore, I'd like to discuss before this potential eventuality what this means for Arsenal. Where does a club that has invested so much financially and physically over the past 2 seasons stand, yet still come away without trophies? From a player's perspective, the message seems very clear. The same question was posed to Gabriel Jesus, and his response is no surprise for a player under Mikel Arteta's guidance. "Please continue to support us and believe in us, and sometimes if that doesn't work out, continue to support us. Because football is like that, sometimes we win, sometimes we don't, but we're working hard to make the fans happy and we're heading in the right direction to fight for titles every season," said Jesus. "It doesn't happen overnight. Last year was important, but unfortunately, we didn't win. We're fighting again this year, and if we don't win this time, we'll fight again next season. That's the most important thing." The aforementioned manager Arteta has also echoed similar sentiments in press conferences. Speaking ahead of a North London derby that was supposed to be won, which would continue their title hopes, he said very much like his Brazilian striker, "I hope so, but that's something you have to show every season, every game, and in this league, that's extremely difficult to do," he said when asked if this team would be challenging in the coming years. "We've done it for 2 consecutive years, but we're not satisfied with that. We want to win, and we'll do everything we can to win it. If we win it, we'll try to win it again, and if we don't, for sure, we'll try again." This will certainly be music to the ears of Arsenal fans, but rightfully, some will ask, when? Nothing is guaranteed, especially for teams not named Manchester City. The reality is that Pep Guardiola and his team enter every competition as favorites in the current state of the sport. This means that any team that has won the tournament, not named Man City, has technically surpassed what was expected on paper. Last season, no one expected Arsenal to challenge, let alone push City so close, and many expected the 2022-23 campaign to be a one-off for the Gunners. Instead, they have established themselves at this level, and with Jurgen Klopp leaving Liverpool and Guardiola's future uncertain, they seem to be in a better position for potential long-term dominance. From a personal standpoint, Arteta has earned the next contract. This may come at the end of this season or during the next, but whether it's a deal until 2027, 2028, or beyond, it comes with a caveat: delivery. While this may seem contradictory to what I've written previously about nothing being guaranteed, what we've learned is that Mikel Arteta is a coach good enough to take Arsenal to a level where they can compete and beat the best. What we don't know is if he's good enough to win the biggest titles. Therefore, over the next 2, 3, or maybe 4 years, this new deal comes with the condition, at least for me, that a title, be it the Premier League or the Champions League, has to be won to know if what we have now is the ceiling under the Spaniard. Or if it takes more in terms of coaching acumen and experience to take this group where they deserve to go. For now, though, the Arteta train is full steam ahead, and I would like to add that I am currently confident that we really do have the bus to deliver the biggest silverware. Arsenal has progressed only in one direction under Arteta's leadership, always forward, as the club says. Let's see if that will continue even if this season's dream doesn't come true. The Arsenal injury blow in the Man United clash amidst Takahiro Tomiyasu and Bukayo Saka concerns news of Arsenal's injuries as Mikel Arteta's team prepares to face Manchester United on Sunday afternoon. Arsenal won't be missing many key players as they gear up to face Manchester United in the Premier League this weekend. The Gunners have been without Reiss Nelson for the past 2 rounds, with Jurrien Timber also missing the previous match against Bournemouth. No explanation was given for Nelson's absence in the games against Tottenham Hotspur and Bournemouth lately, although the winger may return for the upcoming trip to Old Trafford. Elsewhere, Takahiro Tomiyasu is doubtful for Sunday's clash after being absent from the main team's training on Tuesday morning. The Japanese international played the full 90 minutes in Saturday's 3-0 win over Bournemouth but was not spotted by Sky Sports during Mikel Arteta's latest training session. Timber, who was in training, could, therefore, step in for Tomiyasu in the matchday squad as he nears inclusion in the first-team lineup for the first time since the season's opening fixture. Discussing the Dutchman last week, Arteta told reporters, "Yes, everyone is fit and available, so now it's the headache of making the right selection. We won't know that until we put him, Timber, out there. It's complicated because there are only 3 games left, and he's missed 8 months of football. He's only played 115 minutes of football with the under-21s, it's a question that can only be resolved by playing him on the field, and we'll see what happens. We have to get this decision right when we make it." Bukayo Saka, on the other hand, is in contention to feature this weekend despite being seen training with a leg brace. The English international suffered 2 brutal tackles from Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie during Saturday's win over Bournemouth, sustaining a cut on his shin. Commenting on this post-match challenge, Arteta said, "The honest answer is I didn't see either of the incidents because I knew you would ask me," Arteta said in his post-match press conference. "I did it on purpose. The analyst said if you want to watch, and I said no, because then I can tell the truth. I didn't see them, so I can't comment or have an impression. David's, the foul, I can't see because it's too far. Bukayo's, is it on purpose or not? It's difficult for me to judge." And if you are a Gunners and follow our channel, you already know that we are bringing the most exclusive news from the front line every day, and if you are new here, don't miss out and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything we post from Arsenal. Thanks.